Alrighty then. Let's do some fun dancey dance stuff with some BeatSaber. Gonna give you guys a quick hi. Alright. There we go. Quick entrance to the world of VR. Hello, VR world. Just swinging stuff around. Sounds perfect. Make sure that I'm not passing extra information through everywhere. Cool, cool. Everything sound okay? Things working for everybody? Just let me know. I don't have the most clear quality ability and able to see chat, but you're over there somewhere. And then I'll do my best to walk over and read chat every once in a while. But we got the music in. I figured out my air conditioning. Enjoy this little house. Isn't this nice? It's a very pretty location. I enjoy being able to have guests over. Gosh, this would be a really fun house to be in. I don't like sleeping over there. I would prefer ability to darken the whole place up, but you know, we all have our desires. Right now I see Damien's in chat. Hey Damien, what's up? Let's go. Make sure that okay, everything's looking good there. Cool. Where's my boundaries? There we go. So, as a reminder for the uninitiated, we have solo, online, campaign, party. Basically, you can compete with people. I just normally start with solo. As a quick reminder of how this works, it's a music game. You have various challenges. We're going to go with easy for this one. Just as a demonstration, with 2 lightsabers, you go in the direction of the arrows that the block is asking you to hit. Like so. Now, if you slice part of the way through, just like that, just a little bit, it gets you less points than if you go straight through the whole thing. So you'll want to find yourself going through and really pushing in a lot of your force as you're going through. Now, I'm not really paying attention to this as much because this is a lower difficulty than I normally do, so this is a really good place for demonstration conversation. Enjoying the beat of the music, the coolness of the effects going on around outside here. Don't step into these, you want to step out of the way, so it encourages you to move. And there's a pause somewhere. I don't know what that pause button is. So I've just been, there it is, it's on here. Well, let's go to menu real quick. All right, who do we have going on? It's Damien. Bye, have a good stream. Well, thank you. Well, everyone else who was here earlier and then off, no worries. All right, I hear music's going through still. Let me know again if it's not working perfectly. Now, someone before was asking me, I think it was Tim A, was asking me before to do an Ariana Grande song. These are the only songs I have access to right now. They do have more, but I don't know if any Ariana Grande is actually in here. Meh. So I can really fill that in for you. This is also the Oculus Quest, which is different than when you connect it through a wire into the computer. So the Quest version is going to be different than the one that's on the computer, which has different setups and that kind of thing. But what sounds like fun for me right now, as I love the wiggling wires around and stuff, probably be... I'd ask for a vote, but nobody's here. Let's do something a little bit harder, but not too bad. Zip, zip, zip. Watch the lights. And add a little flair to what we're doing, because it's more fun when you add a little flair of it. Dodge the red, as I mentioned before. It's a little bit faster. I can cut through my own legs, or if I cut through the wrong blocks, that counts as a problem. This is the part of where I'm rubbing my stomach and patting the top of my head at the same time. I love the parts when they get you to really like step out of the way. Makes you absolutely feel like you're doing a little bit more on the VR experience. Oh, I missed that one. I was really hoping I'd make it all the way through. It happens though. But hey, still pretty quality experience, not too bad, everything aligned perfectly. Nice. I'm glad that this looks pretty good still as I'm watching it happening through the screen. Cool, cool. When I'm looking up like this is the only real way that I can read the chat is through this little nose hole. It exists right here. Fun fact about how these headsets work is that your sense of balance is maintained better if you can see your nose. So they have this little hole where you can actually see outside of the world and the reality when I can look around and stuff like this. But it's just very interesting that that is an effective method in order to maintain physical experience within a space. And I think it would be fun to play one of these Expert Plus ones. Especially in the earlier stuff because they're still tough, but they're easier. Oh, interesting directions. And these things go a lot faster, which is fun. Oh shit. Oh, cursing. I'd beat myself out if I could. Oh well. That is tough. I like that. That'll actually lead a little bit into some of our conversations about what today's lecture is, about the structure of challenge and success or failure. Oh no. Whew. I got air conditioning on because you start sweating pretty quick. That is tough. I wonder if they have an extra. No, they don't. So this is a single saber, which is a personal favorite of mine. Because then you just like, you get in a very different flow. Whew. I'm gonna keep trying some of these experts though. Expert pluses. It's a very, like I like to use this as an exercise routine. Jeez. Ah. Woo. The challenge. It burns. I'm gonna keep going through failure for a little bit. Then we can step back. All right. There is a step between this and expert, which would be faster song, expert. Whew. So let's try that. It already feels a lot slower. I think it's gonna be so much easier. Oh. But don't mess up those specific maneuvers. Uh-oh. No! Whew. Let's try this one again, because this is the one we tried on Expert Plus, and we were doing okay on. Alright. Easy enough. Good. Uh-oh. Yeah, this one's feeling a lot easier for us to pull off. Yeah, I came from a different direction, but that's fine. Watch out for the bombs. I love how it's just like, missing, you're missing, you're missing. Okay, you got the 10 next. Oh, shoot. Oh, I felt so good on that, but when we fell out of it. It happens. That happens. The important lesson in this one is you continue to try, and if you enjoy the struggle, oof, it's a lot of fun. Especially if you enjoy the struggle. The secret to it all. Enjoy the challenge. Let's do... Oh, we'll do that one. Turn me on is that one. Still faster. Oh, wrong side. Uh-oh. Oh, man. Perfect. Everything's aligning correctly. Duck. Now those red squares, I don't have to get my lightsabers out of it. Just gotta get my headset out of it. Uh-oh. Oh, shoot! We didn't lose, though. That was a win. Still a bit of a failure in that regard, but that's fine. Alrighty. I'm gonna give myself a break in... What time is it? 1:14. It's only been about 14 minutes. This definitely takes a lot of sweat. So it's definitely one of those things where I can feel it in my headset getting sweaty. We'll keep it at this 8% for now. So I think it's a really good challenge for where I am. Especially because I can get a little dancey in it. See, like that? Not too bad. Uh-oh. A lot of focus on those ones. It's hard not to. I find that it's just like, when we talk about flow state and stuff in this channel, this is my, like, absolutely hits that same feeling. Because it's just like, it's easy to get into a flow state when dancing. And then to do it with lightsabers and swords, made me feel a little bit like Luke Skywalker in the first Star Wars, where he's practicing with those little laser, like, circle sphere things. Gosh, gives me that same sensation. Oh, no! Oh, one with the Force. Nope, lost the Force. Oh, hey, it's Ice Cryptic. It's nice to see you here. I'm running around on 8% faster on Expert, because I've been trying it on normal speed Expert plus. I'm not quite there yet. I'm trying. We'll do one real quick as a demonstration. Oh, shoot. Oh. Yeah, this is not quite at this level yet. Shoot. But we're getting there. The big one is the left-right thing, where they have a lot of blues on my left side and a lot of reds on my right side, which makes it a lot harder for me to pull that kind of stuff off. How are you reading chat? I have it over there, and right underneath here there's a small hole area where I can see my nose. It's designed to make it so I don't get motion sick. Most human beings, if they can see their nose, do better motion sickness wise. So I can look through the hole at the chat. That's how I'm only way I'm able to do it. Some things will have chat like up in space over here, but I haven't been able to make that happen because this is an Oculus Quest. So it runs on its kind of own software system, as opposed to having a wire that goes to the computer and then is shown up to here. So that's why that. It's one of my favorite songs actually, and it's always a lot of fun to bounce this one. But I think this will be fun too. 8% faster. Can I do? Oh, I want to do one of the weirder. So there's these weirder ones where they're like 90% 360. If you've never seen any of these are wild. Because what ends up happening is, hold on, I have to make sure I have enough space, is that it makes the whole thing go in every direction. So I have to be able to basically fight sword-wise in every direction. Here we go. As the bass begins to drop. Oh no. It's harder to look as cool when you're doing it this way. Oh man, because it's coming from everywhere. The cooler ones, you feel like you're like a kung fu master striking in every direction. That one I felt like I was like, ah! Let's see. Whew. Alright. We can do that same one on Expert, on 8%. Very different experience. Look at that, just one direction. Easy, huh? You get a little bit more dancey into it. See? Huh? A little bit more movement flair. Oops. Oh god! I failed sooner! Whew. This 8% does a lot, especially on these higher ones. The farther up you go through here, from OST to 3, blah, 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 the more difficult they become. So like the Expert on this is harder than the Expert on this, significantly. You have any musical requests, if you actually have an opinion or knowledge on what to do with that? I'm walking off screen real quick to get some water. It is a thirsty work doing BeatSaber. Thirsty work. All right. Whew. Really, I think these are the most like known ones. Crab Rave. And the League of Legends. Those are really the only two that are like known. Fitbeat though is fun, but it's hard because you have to like really move to keep up with it. It's designed to be like an exercise routine. Out of those three, you got a preference? Hey, what's up, Alex? It's nice to see you. Alex, quick question. Do you want Fitbeat, which is basically an exercise routine, Crab Rave, a famous one, or League of Legends Pop Stars? Those are your three choices. Cryptic also has the opportunity to choose too, if they would like. But those, I'm making the fast choice in that regard because yeah, that's why. No major other reason. I'm going to use this as an opportunity to take a break too. If we're doing Fitbeat, I'll demonstrate the single blade stuff too, because that one's a lot easier than single blade. Because I don't have any answer yet. I'm waiting. I don't know how many seconds you have to go to answer this question. I'm falling over. Waiting for it. I'm going to give myself 10 more seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, cool. We have an answer. Anything but crab. Alright, anything but crab. Let's do a Fitbeat. And I'm going to be left-handed for Fitbeat today. Anything but crab. There we go. And we get to the dodgy parts.
Everyone step to the left. Now to the right. Step to the left. Everyone step to the right. Now to the left. Now to the right. Now to the left. Everyone step to the left. Everyone
Not a lot of commentary that comes in this particular one because of the millions of squats one has to do. Whew. That's a lot of challenge to that. Whenever I finish these, I like looking down at the laser swords. Gives you a feeling like you're actually doing cool stuff. For the record, where's my heart rate? Alright. My normal resting heart rate's around 70 beats. Currently I'm at 134. So that's cardio. Oops. Once you hit that point, that is legitimately cardio. Like, if you're riding a stationary bike or something, that's where they're trying to get you to go to. Whew. Tired on that. We do pop stars. I don't know. I'm trying to decide what I feel like. I feel like I might be ready to switch to a different game because of the amount of like, I don't want to sweat super hard right now because it's stream time. What's the time again? In game, real world, 1:30. We could do a couple more and then jump into a lecture. Put this thing back on charge real quick so that it's ready to continue. That sounds hard. I've been able to complete this one. Into the Dream. Oh, it just sounds insane. Preferences? There you got rock. Whatever this is, kind of a techno, dark techno. And even darker techno. Preferences? Stadia. Working out is good for you. Working out is good for me. Stadia, preferences. Some rock. Boom Kitty, I don't know what that does really. Or ludicrous. Oh, wow. We won't do this one. Too many choices. But yeah, actually I do use this as an exercise option a lot of times. I'm gonna take an opportunity to just admire the experience from the other directions. You don't always look at the directions behind you when you're playing VR, which is silly because the whole point of this is that you can just stroll around inside the virtual world. Whoa! Whoa! I don't see any preferences yet from Stadia. I'll give you 10 seconds between this one, or this one. Just letting that happen. It's giving me a time to get my breath back, so I sweat less. That air conditioning thing can keep running, which is nice. I can look at some of these, because these are fun. Allow you to increase your score, speeding a song up, or decrease it by slowing it down. Oh, we got one. I have the word nice. Not yet a statement on which one to choose, Stadia. Or Alex can choose too. Either one of you. I'm going to give it another 10 seconds because I know that that's how this thing works. It's about a delay of 10 seconds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's see. I don't see anything new. So in that case, I'm just going to choose the middle one. Because it's a cat. I don't think I'll succeed it, but I might. Who knows? Oh, I can feel the slowness in my limbs. Whew. Interesting record. Thanks, game, for telling me I've worked out a lot. Uh-oh. Oh, God. Whew, the effort and the tiredness. Let's see, I've never used VR. Feel like I'd get incredibly sick. So I've actually mentioned this a couple times. VR is fantastic for helping deal with stuff like that. So for example, this is running at 120 hertz. So when I'm looking at my hands and I'm moving them, there is basically no distinct movement differences between what I could see from this little hole in my nose area to what I see in the hand motion. This is with the Quest 2. And this is everything lives right in here. There's no computer connection except for the fact that I'm casting what I'm seeing over to you. So the reason why this is so cool is because if you're likely to get sick, which does happen, this helps a lot. Now there's other maneuvers that you can do. Like for one, I only move in VR like this or by teleportation. And a lot of VR games are aware of stuff like that. So you actually don't really move a ton. Like in this game, we teleport via arrows. Or in this game, you never actually really move unless the game says, okay, we're going to teleport you. So a lot of these games don't actually have you using tools to move forward unless you're stepping yourself. This game does, though, and it makes me a little sick, too. But, you know, like all things, it's practice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop us sharing real quick, and we're going to do a lecture. Because I'm going to give this a chance to, honestly, stop being so sweaty. Because you get very sweaty when you do this. It's a noticeable sensation of sweetiness. You can see on my face right now that there's this like line where this was going across. I'll present tiny self. I'll move this around. This actually does not need to be charged. It's at 80%, which is pretty awesome. I'm very impressed because yesterday it was taking a lot longer to do stuff like that. But today we were able to make it work. But yeah, let's do a little lecture. Put the controllers down, take the headset off. Oh, there we go. So today's lecture is going to be on a subject related to kind of something I talked about yesterday, which is that I'm taking some classes, and these classes are going to be teaching me about making new content. Quick aside, Alex's statement, oh cool, I usually start to feel sick about 10 minutes into a car journey. I sometimes feel sick in car journeys too. There are absolutely some games you would play that would make you feel uncomfortable. It really depends on the game. BeatSaber, being that you stand still and things come at you, you don't feel like you're moving, you feel like things are coming at you, which is a very important distinction. If you feel like stuff is coming at you, and you're like any movement that you make, it's super relaxing and it doesn't make you feel uncomfortable. That's a big distinction. If you feel like you're moving, that's where it's easier to get sick. Anyway, I want to talk about this stuff. We're going to start with the present big me on this one. So the thought process of this is that I was doing classes, am doing classes that are going to be teaching me about content development, creation, and those kind of things. And when I was thinking about that, one of my favorite things to do is come up with new content styles, new content channels, new stuff. And a lot of times I think they're great, and then I try to make them happen, and then I don't necessarily have the excitement that I did in the beginning of making them happen, but I just love coming up with these ideas. So this might be one of those, but it's still something that I think is very cool and related to me. Which is that I was thinking about, there's a thing in running channels, if you've ever watched anyone, where they have hashtag like average running on TikTok or something like that. When people do that, they have these TikToks that are showing them going for a run and talking about how quickly they went and et cetera, and the goal there is to basically share that they went on a run and it was hard or inspiring kind of thing. And this is known as technically inspiring content. The idea is that by you doing something, other people will see it and be like, oh, that looks kind of fun. It could be about like doing live streaming. It could be about drawing. It could be anything. Just the action and journey of doing something. And we've talked a lot about how in video games, I feel like I go on these little journeys that improve me and make me like talk differently or help me learn things. And I was thinking about this in regards to a lot of like Soulsborne kind of games, right? Where if a person was to play the Soulsborne game and then talk about it from the perspective of like, I lost here and this was hard, or I won here and this was great, there could be sort of an inspiration from the perspective of things teaching you in video games, like we've talked about before, but also just like a person's personal journey through a game being similar to a person's personal journey by starting to run and that kind of thing. Through that process, I had this little realization of the design of Dark Souls and one of the lessons that would be really useful outside of Dark Souls. So, if you've ever played Dark Souls, right? You start in a place and then you have a bonfire, which is a checkpoint. And the idea is that you're trying to go from here to the checkpoint. And if you get killed along this path, then it starts you back at the very front, the very center. So one of the experiences that you could have as a new Dark Souls player is that you start the new game and you're trying to fight this boss. And this boss is preventing you from this checkpoint. And this can be frustrating to get killed back and forth repeatedly and repeatedly. So what happens? You move to the point, you die, and you have to start over. Now, a lot of people will feel frustrated. That's normal. Everybody is allowed to feel frustrated when something they're about to achieve is taken away from them. But how do you handle that frustration? Do you shift your perspective? Do you walk away for a little bit? I mean, there's jokes about people throwing controllers into the ground and it breaking. And that's not a very healthy reaction, I would argue. But that's an opportunity to kind of reflect. How do I deal with failure? How do I deal with frustration from failure specifically? And then this would give a person the opportunity to think about what in the situation made them feel frustrated. Is it because they blamed themselves? Are they like, oh, I myself am the failure, if only I was better? And it's like, well, you just started this game, or this game is meant to ratchet up and train you stuff. Like, it's not your fault for not being good enough yet, right? But that could be an experience that someone might say. They may blame themselves first. Or they would blame the game. They're like, the game is stupid and mean and isn't helping me try to win. And it's like, well, it is stupid and mean sometimes. That is how it works. But it is definitely doable because you have to learn to play the game in the way that it wants it to be played. So for example, it's like, sometimes in Dark Souls, a person will spring out at you from an invisible wall and you're like, I got knocked and killed. Well, now you know where they are. They never spring out again in a new position. They always spring out from the same position. So you memorize the locations and you start learning from this. And this is where we start talking about growth mentality. So even though you died and lost your progress, you learned the enemy's positions. You learned what traps they're in. And you even learned the strategies that they will employ. Some enemies will start first with a crossbow bolt. Some enemies will run out with you with a sword swinging, just like that. They'll look like this, which is really funny. But it's horrifying when they're like, "Wah!" swinging crazily. So you know what that's going to be. So you know what's going to happen. How could you get around that, right? You can tackle that. You can tackle that same part in a new, thoughtful way. Eventually you learn that. And that's one of the reasons why Dark Souls is so famous for feeling so good to beat things, because eventually you level up a little bit, you figure out the maneuvers of the opponents, and then it clicks. And then suddenly you're almost winning or winning. And it's awesome. And that's one of the reasons why I really like playing games like that are the roguelikes do this too, or Soulsborns, where you have to dodge and learn the right movements in order to become the player that they need. Now, a similar thing to this is if you were trying to sell a product as whether it's a customer development manager or a salesperson. So a lot of times in these processes, in these jobs, your process of work is that you're going to identify a consumer that would need your product. Let's say you're like, this is a tool that will help you do more marketing. Just say that. So you go and you research them and you figure out what they need for their market. You target the client and then you present the product and then they go, nope, we're not going to go with it. We're going to go with a different person's. Well, you get frustrated, right? You're allowed to feel this way, everybody, but how do you handle it? Does the perspective shift? Do you walk away for a bit? Do you blame yourself? Are you like, I'm not a good enough salesperson? Or do you blame the other person being like, they're stupid, they don't know what they need, right? Isn't this starting to sound familiar? It's the same process that people go through when they die in something like Dark Souls, right? Maybe they'll blame themselves. Maybe they'll blame the other thing. They blame themselves, it's like, well, is that fair? Like, you didn't know exactly what the company needed. You only had the access to what they were giving you. Maybe if you asked them, but maybe they wouldn't tell you either. Alternatively, what if on the other end of it, they really were kind of more frustrating or difficult? But now that you know that, it's okay that that's how it happened. So what can you do? So people might say, I'm not good enough, but you didn't know exactly what they needed. It's kind of similar to the Dark Souls thing. But what happens is you've now learned some stuff because you've done research. What market positions exist? What problems do people within that market have? What desires do they want to fix those things? And you have the new capabilities of where you've done the research that you can apply it to different customers. So it might have been more valuable to do the research and sell it to, I don't know, big company number one, but it's also possible to then try selling it to other smaller companies too, because, hey, you already have a break into the industry and have knowledge about it. How can you apply that failure and make it something successful somewhere else? That's the same thing. That's the same thing of what you do in Dark Souls. You die, and then you try again with new information. And then if you die again, you do it again. If it's a lot, you back away. If it's not too much, you try it again. You don't throw your controller at the floor. You don't kick everything apart. It's not the game's fault. It's a combination of you learning what you need to do to change, to be a better player, to be a better marketer, to be a better whatever. I really liked that connection because I was like, wow, that's something that I enjoy because that's what I feel like when I'm playing like BeatSaber, right? Like, I'm not perfect at it. I'm getting tired. My arms right now feel tired, but it's really fun, right? Like, I get my heartbeat going. I'm like, woo, and I'm getting better because at one point, right, I started on the easiest mode and then now I'm playing on the expert mode and starting to make my way through the higher level expert stuff. That's awesome. And if I'm not in a rush, if I'm in growth mentality mindset, which we've talked about, then I'm in this fantastic scenario where my improvements, my movements, my journey is something that will eventually be successful as I get to continue to get better and better. And, you know, compare me to someone who's just starting, they're gonna be like, wow, you're so good. Compare me to someone who does this as a career, they're gonna be like, you're doing fine. Like, that's awesome. So the point of the lecture here was just that the idea of when you're playing a game, the same problem-solving methods that a lot of people use for games are the same ways they'll apply outside of games. So in a real-world condition, if you see someone who's like kicking the proverbial console or breaking the proverbial controller, that's what they probably do in the games as well. And your goal is to be able to employ the learned skill sets of dealing with frustration from the game world and apply them to the real one. Or vice versa. I mean, games are supposed to be kind of like a perfect, fun microcosm of what it means to be in a real-world game stuff. And then thus, you have the real-world experience that you can learn those lessons from. Any questions? Any ideas? I started this off with a discussion about working with different ideas for content, but it was just fun. It made me happy. Give me a 1 in chat if you're like, you got it, or otherwise it's fine. I realize it's just like Alex and I. Hi Alex, nice to see you. Or maybe Stadia and I. Maybe Cryptic, I don't know. It says that there's 2 concurrent viewers and I'm never sure if it's just me. But yeah, give me a 1 and we'll move on to another game. Thank you, Alex. Thank you for the 1. Alex, do you have any requests in the next games? I'll give you some choices. We have more BeatSaber, which I'm tired, but we could do it. We have SuperHot, which is the one where we like move and then the world moves, and so it's like in slow motion. Or we could do something like I Expect You to Die is very cute because it's a puzzle game, and it's a puzzle game. It's very interesting. That might be a lot of fun one because then we can kind of puzzle it through together. I've done a lot of these levels, but it's very silly. Preferences. Expect You to Die, spy game, BeatSaber, sword games, SuperHot. So I guess we could also do the archery game too. If you're like, ooh, archery sounds fun. If I have to grab my chair for one of those. So while you think about it, because you're the driver now, I'll set this up to make it start going. Is this still wet? It is still wet. Oh, clean my glasses. Clean my glasses. The VR isn't close enough to my eyes for me to not be able to play it without glasses. So I have a glasses extender in it, and it pushes the VR headset away from my head so that my glasses will fit. And it's really appreciated, for sure. But I do look forward to the day where I'm contact up, or, you know, having, having, like, eye surgery to make my eyes go zip and become laser eyes. That'd be exciting. So, Alex, any preference in that? Archery, lightsabers, slow-mo punchy fighty, Or being a spy. Ooh, spy. Alrighty then. Mask on. Turning on. Grabbing hands. Grab hands. Hands. I'm gonna step back over here real quick. Confirm the Guardian. Start the casting. Alright, ready to cast. Begins the casting. Cool. Audio on. Full screen. Widescreen crop set. Cool, 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 cool. Let's pick you up. Depending on what game you play, or what game you pick, we'll be talking about different options and stuff. How does that look from your world? Let's see. That looks okay. Alex, I don't see you've shared anything yet, so I imagine that you're either behind on the thing or, you know, keeping your son alive, your crab, keeping your crab child living. Alright, real quick. Does this make noises? Let me look at this. Huh. There we go, that made noise. Oh, that's interesting. It doesn't show me this unless I'm looking at it. Well, we'll find out soon enough if it has the audio that I need. Now, I feel like I really enjoyed playing the archery game. It's just fun. Just having fun doing that. Make sure that noises are getting through. It doesn't look like it is. Stand back here. Oh no, I see some noise. It's pretty quiet though. Oh, I see a thing from Alex. One time I remember really raging out at a game was real close to the end of Dead Island. Oh, I remember that game. The way dying in it works, it gets harder the more you die because you don't get items you've used before you died. That's fair. That's a fair challenge for sure. Alright, I'm gonna go back to main mode. It's been fun. Alright. I'm just making sure the sounds make sense. Legend points, huh? I'm almost level 2. Well, continue last run. So actually, when we were talking about teleportation, Alex, so I can walk in this space, right? And so I can walk around this world. But if I want to move somewhere farther away, I lost my bow. I lost my bow. Come back. Oh, my bow's... What happened to my hand? No, come back. Come back to me. Come back to me. That's weird. That's I can't. What? Why are you leaving me? What are you doing? We seem to be having some technical difficulties where my hand is flying off a little bit. The spy game? We can do the spy game. Oh, this is what happened. I needed to go to this different thing. Yeah, we'll do the spy game. Because you have preference. Now, if I'm going to do that, though, I need to sit down. Because it's designed to be played whilst you're sitting down. So I don't crash into walls. Hello, chair. we go. We're going to do what is known as a guardian switch. Basically, we're going to switch the camera's locations to a new location. And it's going to change the experience of where we're looking. Now, I don't know how well it's set up this is going to be quite yet. That's fine. But this is a very cute, silly game. Stationary boundary. Confirm. So now this is my boundary. I just write where I'm sitting. So I can sit back here, which is actually great for a lot of experiences. I see that it's looking very funky right now. Let's see. Why are you looking so funky, friend? I'll sit for a second to see if it gets unfunkied. Oh, that's the wrong one. Cancel. Expect you to die. See, how's it looking? Okay, that's looking okay. Good, good, good. So this is a spy game. It's actually way easier for me to see chat. There we go. I can just turn a little to the left. I don't have to walk around. So we're going to work on a level that I have been playing in this game that I haven't beaten yet. So, oh shoot. I hit my desk. Oh shoot, I got to be really careful about that. You know what? Maybe it makes sense for me to like turn and face this way. Oh wait, no, I should turn and face the chat. That might be a better way to do that. Okay. Oh, that was funny. What is that? Oh, okay. Just scoot the camera over a little bit. There we go. All right. I got a gun. Oh, I have to be careful not to hit my computer again. Shoot. Maybe it makes sense to like back out over here for safety. Yeah, that's probably the way to do that. Hi. I'm doing one of these. That's first class vacation, Operation Seat of Power. Death Engine? We'll do Death Engine. I probably should have listened to that. That sounds like a smart thing. I should have listened to that first. So I would have had an idea of what we were supposed to be doing. Okay. I am in a spaceship.
When I said infiltrate, I didn't think you'd hijack a personnel shuttle. I'm impressed. Our intelligence tells us the Death Engine is run by a single Zeraxis operative who will likely mistake you for a henchperson. Remember, destroy the Death Engine at all costs.
Personnel shuttle, you're cleared for docking. Come in, shuttle. Hello? Of course, this is the system. The worst possibility. Brace for impact. Glorious, isn't she? I get chills every time she fires. Multiple, sir. Check on fuses and adjust risk assessment calculations. The chances of the shuttle surviving the next blast are, well,
Okay.
Oh, not that yet. I'll put you to work as soon as I can confirm your arrival with ground control. This is Death Engine Commander Solaris. Clearance 20 RC. Yes, they're here now. What? I'm looking right at them. They're in a Zeraxis personnel shuttle. Yes, I can wait.
Yeah, I can turn the game volume up a tiny bit, please. Indeed. Whoop. Uh-oh. Thank you, screen. Alright, I turned it up a bunch. You're right at the edge of the screen? That's fine. Let me just align this. Cool. So, this is a telekinetic puzzle game where basically I'm trying to do things. Right now,
Did they finally approve my blaster design? Oh, wait. It's just a bolt driver.
huh. Life support, gravity control, auxiliary, and airlocks. So right now we're on life support. Okay, so that's power.
Do keep in mind that shuts down life support as well.
So oxygen should go down when I do that, right? Yeah, I can see my oxygen going down. Okay. But it takes a long time. Orange drink? I could shoot out little bits of juice. Doesn't do anything there. What are you? It's a food ration. Alright, well. Death engine. Alright, tell me more, please. Weapon system. Reactor shoots the death engine, so we want to stop that, right? And there's a reactor thing over there. Death is armed with orbital laser, blah, blah, blah. Due to safety concerns, is only accessible from servicing from outside the station. Okay.
Automatic computer? Who wouldn't want to do their own?
I like that comment. How's the audio now, Alex? Station interior, so that's magnetic arm, docking bay, okay. So robot docking cargo is possible to use a manual control, supplied to every docking bay. Exercise extreme caution during operation. Impact case, arm controller, socket input. Alright. Operating staff. Solaris. Quickly became chief engineer. Fun. Okay. Cut electric circuit overload. That's that right there. Nutrition. Radiation poisoning. Circumstances unclear. Alright, so there's a bunch of information through here to explain what we're doing. Fuse box. Always shut off before using it to prevent damage. Only use type OR fuses. Interesting. Life support's online. Visual signals, gravity control. Gravity polarity. Oh, interesting. Gravity crystal. So I can use that to change the polarity. Cool, it's better? Nice. Let me know if it needs to be any higher. Major factors can be set to affect gravity on all nearby connected craft. Power down system before replacing gravity system. I bet we were going to use something over there to make that happen. Auxiliary power offline. Auxiliary circuit supplies power to the universal socket plug-in shuttles console. Okay. Airlocks offline. Car has 2 buttons to control inner and outer doors. Also powers a waste management system. Keep the lid down when using the waste management system. So, apparently to set... That's funny. Okay. Zamel. Juicy news. We have more orange juice. Check. Madrid. Something...
Sit tight. We do have security protocol for a reason.
Pass. The password is 1433 before user core expires. I don't know what that password's for. So this is our time. Oh, there's the socket thing that we were talking about earlier. Squirt. Okay, juice on that? Nope. All right. Well,
You know you need that one to breathe.
all right. So this is gravity. Oh, okay. You can see the gravity changing over there.
Dr. Zohar,
Oh, oh.
Unexpected surprise.
Almost killed myself with the gravity.
Obviously. That's hardly my problem, is it? I see. Yes. No. Maybe. I'll take care of it, I suppose.
Huh? I gotta be able to be fast enough to
I said I understand.
move these around.
Well. You're far from home, aren't you?
Uh-oh.
Agent? To think that I almost removed that radioactive waste from your docking bay. I received your file and there's more here than I expected. I'll read it while I watch
Uh-oh. They caught us. That's fine. Let's just keep figuring out how we're supposed to do anything. Let's see. How about... So I'm moving stuff over there.
Just keep that off. You're draining the batteries.
Alright.
Note to self. Make sure docking our manual override container is securely fastened to hull and not sliding all over the damn station.
Okay, so how can I... Okay, so that bumps there.
Glowing is
Up,
normally a component, but not in your case.
down,
Get it? Because radiation poisoning?
down, back up.
You can ignore that alert. Oxygen starvation is not a bad way to go.
Uh-oh. Oh, shoot, I killed myself without oxygen. Ugh. Alright. Go back to the office. I want to listen to the discussion again real quick to get a better understanding about what I'm supposed to do.
The data rail you retrieved.
Here we go.
The data rail you retrieved from Madrid revealed that the Death Engine is a weapon that appears to be, well, in Earth's orbit. You must infiltrate Zorax's Space Corporation. We don't know where the weapon is aiming, but we must stop it before it fires. You took a pass-fail elective in astronomy, yes? Well, I hope you passed.
That's it? That's all the information you give me? I was at least going to hope to find a cigar or something I could pretend to smoke. Well, let us begin again. Alright, so we're back in here. Here's the cigar. That's gonna break through soon.
Destroy this station at all costs.
Grab this. So I know I need to do this. I know I need to do that.
Isn't she something? It never gets old to see her fire.
I know I need to do that. I know I need to do this.
Note to self. Check on fuses and adjust risk assessment calculations. The chances of the shuttle surviving the next blast are, well... Uh-oh. There's that camera feed. Oh, not dead yet. I'll put you to work
Block
as
the
soon as
camera
I can
feed.
confirm your arrival with ground control. This is Death Engine Commander Solaris. Clearance 20.
Okay, so there's a bunch of these in the way already. So they all popped.
What? I'm looking right at them.
Alright.
They're in a Zoraxis personnel shuttle.
Let me do
Yes, I can.
life support, ground control. So I was messing around with that, but let's mess around with... Wait. Does this work as a... I was hoping this would work. Oh, it does!
And dangerous.
Nice. Nice, that works. Alright. So now I can do gravity control.
Dr. Zor, something exciting must be going
So,
on.
I want to get that...
Talk to me. Are you
What do I do with the waist? I think I want to get that purple box over here, is what I'm trying to do. So I can lift it up.
I understand.
Can lift it up.
Fine. Sure came a long way to accomplish nothing, Agent. At least that nuclear waste is definitely not my problem now. I received your file and there's more here than I expected. I'll read it while I watch you squirt.
Alright, so that moves it left and right.
Note to self.
This moves it up and down.
Docking arm manual override container is securely fastened to hull and not sliding all over the damn station.
Okay.
Just keep that off. You're draining the batteries.
What is auxiliary control? I don't quite know what I'm doing with auxiliary. It should say in here somewhere. Auxiliary power. In the shuttle's con. Oh, that thing right there. Okay. So that's the juice. Okay. And this is airlocks. Okay, that's the radiation.
Sure, go ahead. A little radiation can't hurt.
Okay, so that's in.
Why not open the other door as well? Your glowing is normally a help.
Okay, and then this also.
Because radiation poisoning. It's a good one. It's nice of you to stop wasting my oxygen.
Oh, I'm dying because of oxygen? Oh yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. All right, we're making good progress. So it looks like it should be. Wait. Thanks. This is amazing. The tin can looks like it should be dripping metal. Yeah, it does look like it should be. Okay. Oh, there's a. Oh, nice. That's gonna be helpful. Airlocks and gravity control.
Worst way to go in your situation.
Do I need to worry about oxygen when I'm wearing a headset, I wonder? Doesn't seem like I need to. Alright, this is a much clearer image of what's going on over here. So it looks like... Let's see. Okay. That's the airlock. That's the waist. Alright, that brings it closer. Now, if I was going to bring it down, there's something orange over there that I might want to deal with. Now, what's my bring back button? Perfect. Okay. Now I want you to go to the right. Nice. No. Go back. Go back down.
You keep messing with the gravity controller.
Perfect. So we close this, open this, close that, open that. Oh, this is where we have the code.
I know the combination to the lock and it changes all the time.
1433.
New computing machines is horrendous. I'm sure future generations will solve this issue.
3. One, 4, 3, 3. Great. All right. Well, that happened. So it's what, 3 o'clock now?
Remember, Agent.
No, it's 2 o'clock. Plenty of time. All right.
Any cost.
So we're gonna wrap it. We're gonna move quickly again. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Still alive in there?
I am still alive in here. Oh.
Dude,
Woof.
need to ask for another already? Note to self. Check on fuses and adjust risk assessment calculations. The chances of the shuttle surviving the next blast are, well,
All right.
Where's that camera feed? Not that yet. I'll put you to work as soon as I can confirm.
Airlock.
Ground control.
Gravity control. Oh, I'm still losing oxygen right now.
Solaris. Clearance 20R7. Yes, they're here now.
All right. I'm gonna open this first airlock again.
They're in a Zoraxis personnel shuttle.
Helmet. Hell yeah.
Wait.
Remove.
Do keep in mind that shuts down life support as well.
Gravity. Oxygen. So we're good. We're good. All right. So we did this. And we can do this again.
Dr. Thor.
So the process is
Surprise.
okay. Not that.
Obviously.
Lift up. Cool.
That's hardly my
Then come to us. Cool. And then go back down.
Yes.
Cool.
No.
And then go away. Oh, no. Go the other way. Go the other way.
I'll take care of it, I suppose.
Then go away. Cool.
Understood.
And then go to the right. Nope, that's up. That's up. Blue. Go to the right. Perfect.
Well. You're a
No,
cop.
go this way. Cool. Close. Open. Close. Open. Nice. All right. So we were just doing this. Password. The password is 1433. Use it quick before it explodes. Right? That sound right? That seems like the right choice for me. 1, 4, 3, 3. Alright, they gave us a red. Huh. Uh-oh. Go back that way. Huh. What? All right, chat, or I guess Alex or whoever else is in chat. What do you think is up with the code? Because we see that the code is 1433, and we did 1, 4, 3, 3, and we hit it, and it gave us that little beeper right there. Nope, that's a wall. Oops. Maybe something with the juice? Maybe something with this? No. 1433. Yeah, that's definitely not the right code. So is there anything else in here that we can open up or grab or do something with?
Just keep that off. You're draining the batteries. And dangerous. I approve.
I'm just whacking stuff right now. Not the smartest maneuvers. Oh, well, that's somewhere. Okay, so we know that...
Looking for answers? I enjoy watching this project.
We have more orange juice. So we gotta do something with our poop, right? Like the auxiliary. This works as a form of airlock control. And we can flush out... I wonder if I could pull this back out. Do I get sick without the oxygen?
Death engine activation. You can oxygen starvation is not a bad way to go.
I mean, with the mask, it's fine. Oh, that's cool. You can use that. Okay, can I flush the... Alright, so this gets, like, pressurized. Well, I just flushed the cigar down. Any ideas? It hasn't gone up by 1 at the... Oh, let me try to read that better. Oh, look, there's a cigar out in space. Let's see. It hasn't gone up by 1 at the end to make it 1434. I'm saying it. Oh, you're right. I was wondering it. So if it's 1414... But I think you're right. I think you have a great point there. That the idea is that the current time is probably it, based off of our
Remember,
experience
the death
earlier.
engine must be destroyed at any cost. Honestly, we're not quite sure what the death engine is.
That'll do. Alright, alright. Spin, spin, spin. Place, cool. Off, no, actually, back on.
Risk assessment calculation. The chances of the shuttle surviving the next blast are, well,
Airlocks? Oh, I killed myself. Shoot, I just electrocuted myself. We're doing it again, we're doing it again. We got this. I feel like we have a good understanding.
Remember it. Destroy the death engine at all costs.
Perfect.
note to self. Targeting module needs to be recalibrated.
Alright.
Note to self. Check on fuses and adjust risk assessment calculations. The chances of the shuttle surviving the next blast are, well... Where's that camera feed? Ah, not that yet. I'll put you to work as soon as I can confirm your arrival with ground.
Perfect. Okay.
This is that engine.
Nope, not that one.
Solaris. Clearance 20R7.
Grab the helmet.
Yes, they're here now.
Oop.
What? I'm looking right at them.
Perfect.
They're in other active.
Turn it off. Grab. Gravity control. On. Perfect. Alright, we're gonna open this one.
Dr. Zor.
Lift.
Exciting must be going on.
Come to us. Go back down.
How incompetent.
Go away. Go to the side. Come back.
I understand.
No, no, don't lift. Don't lift. My bad. Go back down.
Fine. Sure came a long way to accomplish nothing.
Come over here. Perfect. Close. Open. Close. Close. Oh, shoot.
I'll read.
Cool. Done. Off. Nice. 1417, right?
The combinations of the lock and it changes all the time.
14, 17. 14, 18. Hey, good job.
I knew people wouldn't take things.
Very, very good job, Alex. Very good. All right, this needs to be plugged in. That's fine. Let's turn that back on. Let's close that again just in case something crazy happens. Turn that down. I need to plug you in. You are the auxiliary. That's number 2.
And dangerous. I am.
Okay.
I cannot let you use that manipulation. With your bumbling, but enough is enough.
Okay. Okay. What am I doing?
Calculating force and catch.
Uh-oh. 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 That was great.
You're starting to get on my nerves. If you destroy my work, you're going down with it.
All right, what am I doing with this? Auxiliary power. Doesn't matter. Death engine. Electromagnetic arm. All right, so I want to grab myself. That is supplied and reducing.
Destroying this station will set humanity back a generation's worth of scientific progress.
Okay. No. All right. Cool. It's not pulling onto me.
Yes, I do have.
Oh. Got it.
Dexter's
Alright, where's she? I think I throw it at the death laser? I think that's what we do. What do you think?
If you blow up the death engine, you're going down.
Huh. Oh shoot. Oh, there's a thing right down here that I could. Shoot. All right, I'm hungry. I think I'm gonna get some food. Well done, Alex, for figuring out the time for the particular puzzle. That was very good. Did not expect that to be the solution. But I'm getting hungry. Oh, it's 2:20? My brain was like it's 3 o'clock. Jeez. No, we got more time. I was just wrong. Yeah. But you know what? I'll finish up with a lecture thing, actually. I think that'll be a good ending. And I'll do it sitting down. Like old time's sake. Sitting down. There we go. Perfect. So many things to carry around. Alright. It was them that was saying it changes constantly. Yeah, I paid attention to that after we got that first thing done. Still, it was well done for picking up that clue. The other thing I noticed was that it said like 1434, and it was like at the exact same time as that, according to in the email that the guy had. So I was like, that must be related to this somehow. That was how it was related. It was the time specifically. So anyway, I wanted to take an opportunity to talk a little bit more, again, about what I was referring to with the lecture, which is on this concept of how people deal with frustration in general. So a lot of times the frustration reaction is something that, like, it was an unfun process and way to do something. Because doing something and failing isn't necessarily bad if you have an understanding of what's happening. And that's why we were talking about it in relation to something like a game like Dark Souls, right? Because in a game like Dark Souls, they have these checkpoints. They're the bonfires that you have to go through. And when you go through these bonfires, they are going to be the things that say, like, oh, you've succeeded and passed, got to this checkpoint, now you can take a resting break. But if you die before that checkpoint, you get sent back to the previous bonfire. Now that can feel really frustrating and bad. It can also be a fantastic learning thing, because what's going on is that even though you lost and even like lose some of the experience points that you get for getting to that point, you learned about like where things were placed, right? You learned about where enemies were, how they attack, and these kind of things, and what skills you needed to learn in order to get past those enemies. And that is one of the advantages to this game design, because when you're playing the game and all of a sudden you're like, oh, I now know how to fight this dude, you're less likely to die the next time you go past it. This concept works outside of games too. Like if you were going to be, I talked about like, it could be a presentation at school. We'll do that one, for example. I've once had a class where I was doing political science stuff involving changing institutional laws in order to influence positive economic change. And both classes were doing it. And so I wrote stuff for one class that could apply for another class. And the idea was like, I realize why this isn't as good of an analogy now, but the idea was that I could use it in multiple places. Well, let's talk about how in the case of like, if you're playing a video game and you lose, well, it's not necessarily that you get an F or whatever, right? Like it's different than school. What happens is that the information you learned is what you can use to apply again, because it doesn't matter how many times you try as long as you succeed eventually in the video game process. And so the idea is that you're always learning each time that you play, and each time you get a little bit farther and a little bit farther. So you're achieving even if you lose in a video game. In the same way, if you were trying to do a presentation for like a product for a company, a software, sales as a service is a very, or software as a service is very common marketing stuff that exists. And the idea is that one company says no, well, you've done all this research for a company within this space, maybe another company within that space is interested, and now that you have more experience and feedback about that first attempt to sell, you can go somewhere else and sell that thing some more. So video games are valuable because they teach you the skill of how to deal with frustration, right? In the case of Dark Souls, it's not frustration in regards to the game being poorly designed. It's frustration in the experience deliberately being unfair, but then training you to become more aware of what's happening so that eventually you're able to respond comfortably to these things. It's not unfair for the sake of unfairness. It's challenging and teaches you how to play the game in a more intelligent way. Comment from Alex, unrelated, but related to the adventure game stuff. I've played through a lot of Lost Lands games that are at the App Store. Gotcha. Yeah, they're fun. I mean, the VR game, I Expect You to Die, is a spy-style game, and it's really fun and very clever because it encourages, you to reach out and grab stuff while you're playing, and that's fun. That's just very, very fun. And so it's a great puzzle game that is very different than other game experiences that I've had, because I'm not normally a puzzle game, like point and click kind of guy, because it's point and click is what like I Expect You to Die is. I like other puzzle types of games, like Baba Is You or Portal, like that kind of stuff. But this, it was just so fun to have the tactile, like, use this to unlock this and this to do this. And they have a lot of, like, using the juice box to stop the airflow was great compared to using the cigar, that kind of thing. So it was fun. But what I'm excited about with this lecture that I was talking on too was, like, this was an example of, like, a combination of inspiration with gameplay, in the way that running can be inspiration, where if you see someone run consistently and they're happy and they're doing well, it might encourage you, inspire you to try and pick up that same habit because it's fun. The running TikTok community, for example, specifically below average running TikTok is what they call themselves, is really supportive of other people going out there and running a mile and doing whatever. And it's really fun to watch the excitement of people as they, like, go from running half a mile or a quarter a mile and having to quit to being able to run a mile, right? Like, it's just really cool to see them doing that. And it's very inspiring. It's like, good for you. You set a goal and you achieved it. Video games can do that same thing. And so I really like the idea of finding a way to create this, like, play games that challenge you mindset, which is where, like, flow state stuff comes in. Because it's like you find that perfect level of challenge where you're like, kind of, I gotta learn, I'm just trying my best. And then that provides a drive that applies to how do you deal with frustration or planning ahead or goals that you set. Or one of the things that I wrote here was, like, discovering yourself. That's a big part of that. Discovering I was a tank, was discovering myself in this space, in this world, gives me, like, experience on how to test what I like and how to be good at it. It's very cool. It's very fun. But that's really all I have for that particular bit here. I'm going to do another reminder that I don't know how the class is going to take my time. I don't know how, I know next week I'm taking a break because I'm going on vacation, but I don't know how the class is going to be after that. So I don't know what my streaming schedule is going to look like. And I'm letting y'all know because it's like we'll find out together if it will be once a week or same amount of times a week or something like that. I mean, I realize it's not that big of a deal. There's plenty of other, it's 4 of us right now watching, 3 of us. Alex has been watching for a while. But the idea is, like, who knows? It's like, and my content might change a little bit. But Stadia, you've mentioned before that you're like, whatever, I'm cool with it. So I appreciate that. This feels very like I've called you here to a meeting kind of look. Anyway, I'll do a post within the YouTube thing so people just know. And yeah, that's it. That's all I got for now. Any questions? Any opinions? Any answers? Because other than that, I'm going to prepare to exercise. That'll be fun. I was supposed to do a bunch more push-ups than I have today, and I forgot. So I'm going to try to catch that up. Ooh, I could do jump rope. That could be fun. Jump rope fun too. I'm watching the speed of the live feed, and I'm trying to catch how quickly it goes. Anyway, I don't see any more questions or any opinions there, so I think I'll just hop off. I'll probably stream. Hey, Swamp Thing, I'm just missing all your lives. It's okay, Swamp Thing. We were just doing some VR stuff because I'm experimenting how to make that work and do live streams with that. But anyway, I'm just gonna hop off now. Speedrun Portal 1 years ago and got my time down to 46 minutes. Ooh, nice. Nice. That's very cool. I've not speedran Portal. I just enjoyed it. But the point is, I'm going to, next week we'll be off, but the weeks after that, I don't know how this is going to look. I don't know if this is going to be something where we don't do anything for a little bit. I don't know if it's something where we maintain the same thing for a while. I don't know. The room is, that's fun. I haven't played it. But it'll be cool. I'm definitely trying to think about when I'm talking about like next week's break off, and then after that I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, I've talked before that I want to like have a successful channel and stuff like that. Success to me is generally like couple pieces. I really enjoy it. People seem to be enjoying it, and then it's also something that's like growing where I could like make a full-time income, whatever that looks like eventually in the future. And that's something, so that's where I'm like, oh, this might change, because I know that the things that I did here originally were more focused on growth. And then for the last couple of weeks when I was been researching stuff, I've been like, let's just have fun. Because I don't know everything, and I'm going to learn some more. Anyway, exercise. I hope you have a good day, a good experience for your time, and I'm going to relax. I'm gonna exercise. I'm gonna chill the brain. It's cool. I'll be about when you're back. Thank you, Alex. It's kind of you. Yeah, y'all have been beautiful. My book has been really good. I'm excited to read more of that. Cool. Let's pop into the goodbye part now. Bye. Enjoy the rest of your day, Alex, too.